A very good evening to all of you. This is Meeni Goswami welcoming you all in our 5 hours online training program. And this one you are watching on PM eVidya channel number 6 to 12 and on our YouTube channel, which is NCERT official. With that, you're watching this live on NCERT PM eVidya class 6 to 12. So, in our training program this entire week, we are talking about ICT for teaching and learning of mathematics, where today is day 2 and the topic that we are going to discuss is audio and video resources for the teaching and learning of mathematics. And to elaborate this, I have joined by two experts. One is Dr. Jagan Mohan Rao Gurugu Bailey, who is an assistant professor at MPD CIET NCERT New Delhi, and the other guest that I have today for is Dr. Angel Ratnabai, who is assistant professor at CIET NCERT New Delhi. Ma'am, sir, a very warm welcome both of you.
Namaskar.
To this online training program, which is day 2. Okay, so before we start this session, here's a piece of information for all our viewers, and that is, if you have any query regarding the session, you can directly call us on our phone number, which is flashing on your screen, and that is 8800440559, or you can directly mail us at training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in, and you can directly ask your question in the live chat box if you're watching us on YouTube. So as we have started this session from yesterday, and I'm sure that you have already registered yourself to our website, but now it's time to take this session forward, where first thing that I would like to ask from Jagan Mohan sir, I'm so much into hearing, I'm so much into like visual medium, whether you audio medium, where you can say podcast and some of songs. This is what I love to do and I like to do all the time. So sir, first thing that I would like to ask you, will you please elaborate audio and video resource and its formats which can be used for teaching and learning of mathematics?
Sure. Thank you for questioning. Usually this audio video resources, it could be plays a vital role in the form of digital era, as well as it could be impact on the ICT in the education scenario.
Okay.
As a audio part of audio technology, we could take like podcasting, as you mentioned, podcasting,
yes,
and also audio books also there. So that audio podcasting and audio books, we could be impact on the educational scenario, especially for teachers, students and other stakeholders also.
True.
So if we take a students, how it could be impact as a audio. So as a audio, in generally, as a normal schooling people, we could use like, as you mentioned, music or like audio classes, those are all things. And also especially for children with special needs, those who are semi-blind, visually impaired, for them also audio, they can listen, they can understand the concept. As we know, especially mathematics, as a not that much concrete sense, true, it's an abstract sense. As a teacher or as a alternative learning system, we have to convert that abstract sense to concrete sense.
Got it.
While converting that abstract to concrete, this media we could be used as a part of the to extend the learning environment, and to extend the learning process also we have to utilize audio as a part of one of the resources.
Okay.
As well as the video, the compared to audio resources, video could be impact more. If we listen audio as a couple of minutes,
yes,
we might be feel bored. And also as per as some research, especially at Edgar Cohn, direct experiences could be enhance our learning. Compared to audio, video it could be enhance our learning. So that's why mostly we have to prefer the video resources also.
Okay.
So in generally by the audio, the children could learn 30%, but by the couple of both video and audio, they could learn more than 50%. So in these records, we have to emphasize the resources of the audio as well as the video in the educational scenario, especially as a teaching mathematics.
Okay.
Jaganji, actually, as you were telling, like we all realize that audio and video resources are very useful. Since today we are going to completely focus on audio and video resources for teaching and mathematics, let us also try to explain what do we mean by audio resource and what do we mean by video resource. So if we can start from the basic, because sometimes we think audio means it is only a music or a cinema thing.
True.
But when we call it as audio resource, what do we mean by it? It's just in educationally, what do we need to understand? So if you can little explain on that, then we can go ahead to understand its
Okay.
advantages in detail as well.
Okay, fine. As a, in generally audio, it not as a part of like only like a music. While we are recording any type of sound, it could be convert as a analog or digital, and the same recorded either analog and digital we could be save in the format of file format. That file format it could be like, and generally with that file format we can use as a MP3 for audio,
Got it.
and that audio could be the people, those who either students or teachers, they could be use that audio format as a part of the resource in the teaching and learning. So as madam asked like how we can go for audio that particular record. For that purpose we can use so many devices, and also especially nowadays this free and open sources are also there. In the next slide I will show that one
Okay.
also. And in generally for the as the availability of the resources, the best tool is mobile. With the help of the mobile, the people can easily record the audio. Okay. And also earlier like a tape recorders, these are all the things, but now mobile replacing all the devices. So with the help of the mobile we can easily make it recording the that voice, which one we want to share with the audience, or with the help of different media, either online or like we can also directly we can produce in the classroom purpose. So for that purpose we have to follow this MP3 as a extension of the file system.
Okay.
And as a part of the video, we could also go for like video recording. That video recording not only the sounds, it could be combination of both pictures as well as the sounds. We can make it as a video. While we are making a video format, it could be like a especially as a MP4. MP3 it represent as a audio extension file system, and MP4 it's like a representation of the video file system.
Got it.
So we have been able to clearly understand about the technical format, like file format of audio and video, but we need to also have more understanding about like what are the various ways like audio and video resources can help a student. You have started already explaining about it in the terms of how audio resources can be helpful for people who are visually challenged. Because or visually challenged people can use the audio resources, and but if we wanted to be very specific to mathematics, like many times we feel like in a video we can just explain the concepts and all, but audio need also, whether audio can help in learning mathematics is always a question in our mind. So if you can also share your thoughts about like how audio video resources can help teachers and teacher educators while teaching mathematics.
Sure. Especially while we are talking to utilization of this audio and video resources, especially in the classroom purpose, with the help of these tools we can make the retention and attention also of the students. As we mentioned like a blind child, to make a attention in the classroom, with the help of the audios we can make them as a classroom interaction, and they have to participate in the classroom activities also. We have to assign some task, just you can listen this audio, what you understand from that audio. Especially mathematics, this terminology, mathematical terminology, somehow students, those who like a slow learners, and those who are lack of that much of foundation at a primary level, they might be feel like some difficulty, especially mathematics as well as the science. For that purpose, we have to record that terminology like sigma or symbols. Those are all things we have to make it as a recording, and we have to ask them just listen and tell me what you understand by the audio. And by the video, we can also explain the concepts. For example, the difference between the 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional. That could be we can easily explain with the help of the video. But as a audio, while we are explaining through the audio, only the barrier, people can listen, but they couldn't see the formation of the 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional pictures. That is the delimitation is there. That delimitation we could overcome with the help of the video recording purpose.
Okay.
So there are several advantages and disadvantages, like there is limitations in using audio and video resources. Just let us try to understand why we have to really know about audio video resource today. While it is mathematics, it's more of based on the blackboard writing formulas and calculations, can really there can be any scenario where audio video resources can help. Let us consider such situations where like you don't have good maths teachers. Every school doesn't have a good maths teacher. There may be maths teachers. There are non-availability of teachers. There are non-availability of good teachers who can really help them. In such cases, this kind of recorded video resources will surely help. So can we ask that, like, only if it is teacher is not available or teacher is not good, we need video audio resource? Can a good teacher use still a video resource or an audio resource in your maths class? Surely it can be used. For example, if we wanted to use in a classroom some diagrams to be drawn in the blackboard to explain a particular concept, like you are drawing about like you wanted to teach about the properties of parallelogram. So whenever we wanted to teach in the classroom, we keep drawing every single diagram on the blackboard, right? And then we keep explaining it. So if sometimes what we feel, there are basic things that has to be recalled, like they would have already learned the previous in the previous class certain basic concept that has to be recalled in the next class. During that time, we can always have a recorded lesson of the particular content that has to be a previous knowledge. As part of previous knowledge, we can give that video resource to the children, and children can watch it at home and come to the class ready for the next session. So for using a resource in the flipped classroom, we call as flipped classroom, where teachers, where students learn certain things on their own at home and then they come for the classroom for further discussion. That's what we call flipped classroom as. For enabling the flipped classroom in our part of our methodology, video resources and audio resources could be one main source. So this is one way we can use audio video resource in our classrooms. The second thing is, how can still video resource be benefited? For example, we all are aware that this particular program is coming as also part of DTH TV channel and YouTube live. So this itself is a video resource. Whatever we are now delivering itself is a video resource which is coming through the live session, as well as it is getting telecast through the 2200 DTH channel. So how this video resources is helping you to learn. Similarly, it can help to learn in the classroom. How there are several expert teachers who can contribute. Many times children learn only from one teacher. So when we have a possibility, we can also record the video lessons of other experts, other teachers, and bring it into the classroom. So this helps to become a variety of resources to the classroom. This particular resources also helps. The third use case could be like whenever you wanted in a class, for example, many times when you are on duty, to some other work, like maybe on an election duty, or sometimes we are deputed for other works. On that day our classrooms are like not having the teacher. Always there is a alternative teacher to address the classroom. Maybe they are PT teachers or drawing teachers or some other teachers who wanted to cover up the syllabus, but actually one period is getting lost. During the time also this video resources can play as a resource in the place of a teacher. Maybe that particular lesson you can prepare a video lesson, give to the children to play in the classroom, watch and be ready, so that when you come back you can use that as a resource, and learning is still continuing without any stopper. So audio video resource is not only helping us to improve the classroom processes or addressing certain limitations or challenges we face, but conceptually also it helps you to showcase. For that too, before we get to understand that, we also should know about various formats of audio and video resource. So I would like to take you through this particular slide. You can see here these are various video formats, because I would like to explain the videos in terms with the formats itself. So when you see here, these are various presentation formats. Many times we call the resource as video resource, but we also need to know in what format it is presented and how this format can help one in helping the student to understand the concept better. So for example, role play. Role play is one format, presentation format of video. When such format can be helpful in teaching of mathematics. So maybe you are going to talk about in class 6, we have about like prime number, composite number. We talk about some classifications like this. Maybe when you come to class 8, you are talking about parallelograms, you are talking about different types of parallelograms. So you always talk about like what is rhombus, what is trapezium. So there are certain content in mathematics like this. Maybe a rational number and irrational number. So when we wanted children to understand this, only instead of writing in the board and explaining it, or maybe right now I am sitting here and explaining the content to you, instead of me sitting and explaining all the formats. If each format, like for example here some 10-15 formats are there. If single person plays the role of each format, instead of me explaining what is role play, if I play a role of the format role play and I come here before the stage, in the video, and then I explain I am role play. I have this feature. So for example, I'll try to explain in another format. I'm doing a role play where the role play is going to explain about different formats of video. So maybe I may play the role of a docudrama. So as a docudrama, I will come and explain I am docudrama. I am used in the classroom as a presentation only when the content is based on a document. So when you wanted to make a drama based on a document, you can use me as a format. So this is the way the presentation can be done. Similarly, if you wanted to present all the different types of two-dimensional figures in your maths class, you can always have a role play based video where a single person will come and state that, like maybe I am going to say that I am going to play a role of a triangle. So I'll come in the front, like the video will be presented in such a way that I play the role of a triangle and I come and explain, dear friends, I am triangle. And I may have a shape of a triangle before me to show, or a text written in me where I can just hold it on and I start talking the properties of triangle. I may say that I am triangle, I have 3 sides, I also have 3 points in me, like I have 3 corners for me, and I am a closed figure. So when you wanted children to get engaged with the content, presentation always need not be one person explaining. We can have different presentation formats. One of the format we saw is role play here. Max has lot of scope for using role play as a video for presentation format. Many times we think Max is very dry, very abstract, but still these all formats are helpful in doing the video presentation with respect to mathematics. Similarly, if you wanted to talk about what is feature, feature is one of the presentation format. this we would, I'll try to take an example from what we would have watched. Like in Doordarshan, if you have all watched in every earlier days at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, there used to be a feature film. Right? There will be film on Saturday, Sunday also, but on only Sunday afternoon it is called as feature film. So what is the meaning of feature film? The feature film format means you wanted to only focus on one particular characteristics throughout the movie. You may have different scenes, but you wanted to only focus on one particular feature. Then that becomes a feature film. So in mathematics also we can still have the properties. For example, if your one feature which you wanted to focus is two-dimensional, you are going to talk about two-dimensional shapes. So throughout you may use different two-dimensional shapes. You may explain the properties of two-dimensional shapes, but the common feature which you are going to talk across different shapes is only to bring out, is to tell that it is two-dimensional. So in mathematics, all levels we have content that can be presented in the feature form. So we need to, but only when you wanted to insist on one feature across the movie or across the film, that is where you need to use this presentation format. In mathematics, it is very important to insist on every single characteristics or every single thing. Like for example, you wanted to bring generalizations. Certain generalization has only one feature to insist again and again. Maybe you are having different things, but you are going to insist on only one thing at a time. So feature could be a format for us. Talk is also one of the presentation format, which is just like sitting and talking. Now you can see I am sitting here and explaining before you. But in the radio you would have heard, like in the radio or TV, like whenever somebody just come and keep talking. RJs really talk. Radio jockeys talk. Similarly in the TV, anchors talk. Right? So it is not really explaining some concept, but I am generally talking. There is a lot of things to talk in mathematics about. So we need to bring such kind of formats into our thing. Mostly if we see today, all the video resources developed in mathematics are explanation videos, which is one way which one person only keeps on talking and most of the students get bored. So it's very important for us to prepare videos following various formats. So maybe a glass screen format is very useful format for mathematics. Why? For example, whenever you wanted to record a maths class, okay, so please observe me right now. So whenever you wanted, as a teacher, you wanted to record a video. I am a maths teacher, I am going to record a video. So how do the video gets recorded? The teacher usually turns back. The board will be, blackboard will be on the back side. The teacher completely turns black and then keeps writing on the board. So when the video is recording, what will happen? The camera will be in front of me. When the teacher is writing on the board, what is getting covered is the person's back.
True.
So most of the time the camera person will tell, stand in 45-degree and record, write on the board. Most of the maths teachers, when they take the consciousness to stand in a particular position and write on the board, handwriting goes somewhere, or sometimes what happens there is like the teacher is not so comfortable. So at that time the teacher becomes so stiff, their face become grey, like no, the face looks very dull or very tense. So most of the time video developed in such a presentation format becomes very boring for children. So, but you must have watched certain videos like where a presenter is just standing like this, facing the camera and just moving the fingers like this and the text keeps coming in front of them. We must have seen videos like that. That is called as glass screen video format. The blackboard which is behind in the videos of usually a maths class where a teacher is expected to turn and write is brought in front of the teacher as a glass screen, which is transparent in nature. So in a glass screen, the teacher is writing, but using a technology, it is just reversed and shown to the participants. So glass screen format is very useful for mathematics because Max has lots of things to write and show, lots of things to draw and show. So whenever you are going to develop video resources for your own, or even when you select some video resource, you need to be very particular about the format. When will I use which format? It's very, very important. For example, you wanted to show docudrama. What is docudrama? There are three words: drama, documentary and docudrama. How all these three are very different. For example, you wanted to go to the place where Aryabhatta was born. You wanted to record in how he has lived, how his house is. This is Aryabhatta's house. Here is where he lived. Here is where he has studied. This is the school. This is the classroom. If you have gone and recorded such a video, then it becomes a documentary because you are documenting what has really happened. So that is where you are going and documenting all the stories sometimes. So you sometimes document a story, sometimes you document an information, but it is actually made as a story, as a video resource called documentary. So in mathematics, do we have scope for documentary? Many times we think documentary is all for social science or language, but mathematics also has scope for documenting the things which are there. For example, like I had a scenario where when I was studying in MSc Mathematics, my teacher took us to a rock place, and he said like, okay, now what you are going to do, you are just going to walk around this place and then prepare a documentary on this area. So it is one like a kind of a hill, which like it's a mountain basically. It doesn't have anything, no greenery, nothing. So we were wondering what to do there. But when we saw there were certain inscriptions on that stones, on the rocks. So we were told to document everything. And once we document, we were also able to say that what is it all about. And we had our audio added to it. And then we bought that video back, and you won't believe that that particular video was created to really document the inscriptions which was there on the rock and its meaning there, and to bring to classroom to understand how there was self-symmetry in the scripts which have been in the olden days. So my maths class is on self-symmetry, but for that the video was having a documentary of the inscriptions on the rocks. So as a maths teacher, right now as NEP talks about, we are expected to integrate several things, like we need to integrate art-based learning, game-based learning. We wanted to bring Indian knowledge system. So how can all that be achieved? Only if we think like this, how can I bring in? So certain times documentaries are also possible for teaching of mathematics. And when we think about drama and docudrama, so many times we do like mathematics day when we celebrate, Pi day when we celebrate, all this maths related days when we celebrate in schools, we always make a drama, some story about like to talk about pi, something like as if two children are having a pizza and they are cutting it, and this is the circle, and when you measure it is. So this is like you are putting all your innovative thoughts into it, and then you are creating it. So you are just making your own story, acting before the camera, you are recording it to teach students. So you can do lots of dramas to teach children. I remember we were doing one of the drama like when we wanted to talk about like perimeter. So we were teaching in a class about perimeter. So one of the teacher recorded a video as a drama, as if two people are walking in the borders of a state, and then they wanted to decide how much distance they have to walk, what will be the path. So what is the thing? So when they wanted to do, they just created like a drama as if two people are walking and they are just measuring, and they draw the map on the floor, and all that was completely dramatized. So that's called as drama. And what is the presentation called? Docudrama. Same drama if you wanted to do about the life of Aryabhatta. I wanted to do on a day where I wanted to celebrate Aryabhatta. Today I wanted to, or for example Ramanujam Day. If you are celebrating Ramanujam Day in the school, you wanted to really show a video of Ramanujam. Maybe there is a real story recorded, but otherwise you don't find any video with yourself. You wanted to create your video. So you may tell students to act like Ramanujam and then you record a complete story as video. But there you cannot make Ramanujam to wear a round specs. Nowhere in none of the documents says Ramanujam was wearing a circle specs. Only Gandhiji was wearing a specs with a round thing. So whenever we do docudrama, it is completely based on the document. You cannot deviate from the facts recorded in the document. You have to use that document, all the facts which is given, all the information that is given, and then based on which you have to prepare the drama. Where is this useful in mathematics? We have lots of stories of mathematicians, the real life of mathematicians, which we wanted to communicate to our students to encourage them to become a mathematician, to make them to think the way a mathematician thought earlier days. So many things we have it as a goal to use their stories, but to really bring that stories in the form of drama and do a video recording, we need to be always dependent on the document. So your docudrama is nothing but a drama that is completely based on the document. You have to have the right references. You cannot just skip and go and say that like I can do anything. We cannot do that. So it's very, very important for us to insist. So when I show all these formats which is here, all these formats which is here is useful for mathematics. There is one more format which is written as Vox Populi. What does Vox Populi means? It is voices of people. You wanted to record the voices of different people. Basically, Vox Populi, when you record, it is more like different perspective towards a particular content. You listen from different people and try to collate. Is there a scope of taking various perspectives in mathematics? Many times we think like maths is only a fact. It is full of precisions. It is full of content which is really holded. Nobody can change anything. This is a wrong belief we have. Maths is abstract, but there is also, we have lots of scope for metacognition. We always learn that there are 4 knowledge where we talk about there is factual knowledge, there is conceptual knowledge, there is procedural knowledge, and there is metacognitive knowledge also. And even mathematics has metacognition where we need to enable that in the children. For that perspectives comes in. So in mathematics also we can use all these formats which are shown here when we prepare video resources for mathematics. And if you think about the format of audio resources, almost all these formats are useful for audio resource also. They have the similar formats. Maybe the screencast and glass screen are not part of audio formats because glass screen has a visual, like where you wanted, it is completely dependent on the visual. So it is not a format for audio. And screencast, what is my meaning of screencast? I want to show something in my computer, right? When I wanted to show something in my computer, I want to record that what is coming in my system. So I record my screen instead of recording a camera with the camera. Instead of recording me explaining something, I am recording the visual from the computer screen or a laptop screen or a mobile screen. So that is called a screencast. It is also visual based presentation format. So these 2 formats, glass screen and screencast, is not part of audio format. And if we see magazine, anytime when you have more than 1 or 2 formats combined together, then that can be called as a magazine format. So these are the various formats which we can really use in our class when we prepare audio and video resources for teaching and learning of mathematics. So we'll also now listen from Sir about what are the various digital tools available for recording audio video formats.
Especially for audio purpose, some recording tools are there. Those tools has a free and open source. So n number of tools are there, but only we are suggesting here only free and open sources. As a part of that, one is Audacity. Audacity. It's like a software we could install in the either laptop or mobile or anywhere, and with the help of the link or with the help of the existing audio, we can mix it, we can also record it, and we can edit it. That is one of the audio sheet. And also one more Ardo, that one also we can same thing. These are all as we suggested here, all the open source. It could be work in the Windows, Mac as well as the Unix, Unix and Linux. So these are all as a free and open source. And one more is Ocean Audio. That one also we can do the three things. One is editing we can do, one is we can remix we can do, and also we can record it. So these are the some of the tools in the audio. As a video also, OpenShot is one of the open source for video recording and video editing and video mixing also. And also this Caden Live. Caden Live also same thing. These are all the things we can run in any software, either Windows or Linux or Unix or Mac. And the last one also, this OBS. OBS usually we may use for like a live streaming. For example, a webinar is going on. If we want to record that webinar, and at the same time we can make it that webinar as a live stream in the YouTube, we can use this OBS as a part of the recording as a video. So these are the some open sources are there, especially in audio as well as the video resources. And here some limitations also there. While we are recording either audio and video, some limitations are there. One is a right tool for a right purpose. We have to choose a right tool for a right purpose. For example, the availability of the tools also one type of limitation, except especially in the classroom scenario, except mobile and camera, we can't get any other tools. Why? Because those are all tools as a expensive.
Got it.
And also as we mentioned, this free and open sources, a limited free and open sources are there. For example, extending some limitation we can't record. Why? Because that is the free and open source. If we go for beyond that, then we have to buy the particular software. That is again expensive. So these are the some limitations are there while we are choosing a tool and while we are going for recording the both audio and video things.
As we have listened, like there are several tools for audio video recording, remixing, editing and all that, but appropriate tool has to be chosen according to the purpose. So here we need to understand one thing: whenever you are going to select a tool, first check what type of tool it is, whether it is a recording tool or it is an editing tool or it has a mixture of both. Second thing, you also need to say what features that particular software has. Second thing, we also need to check whether it is a proprietary software or is it a freemium or is it a open source. We need to understand these three terminologies. Premium means you have to pay. Premium or proprietary tools means you need to buy that particular thing. You have to purchase. Like without paying money you will not get it. There are many market you get pirated softwares which are free. People tell that it is free, but it may be pirated, copied, and it is equivalent to theft. Like you are stealing others' property. So proprietary tools, if it is really a proprietary or a premium software, never take any pirated version of it for your educational use. Second thing is called as a freemium tools. What is freemium tools? They will give you only permission for using 5 times. Then you have to buy it, or they may tell that trial version for 7 days, then you use it, or they may say like you can use it but you cannot download it, you cannot publish it. If you publish, there will be a watermark. All this they are giving you free with the limitation, so that to overcome that limitation you will go and purchase it. Those tools are called as freemium. Free and open source tools are not, it's completely for you to free, no need to pay for it. You can download it for free from particular places, and not only downloading, you can even change the source codes. right? So this is mostly, we always advocate that let us as teachers use more of free and open source. So one of the free and open source for recording audio program and editing audio program is Audacity, and it is also having from a professional way of, even professionals use this for doing audio recording and editing. So we can use this as for your recording, and because it's easy for you to download and use it. And OpenShot Video Editor and Kden Live are all like tools which you can easily download. They are again free and also open source which you can use it. But then now the question may come in you. Today's the session is going to about to get over. They told the tool's name, but I don't know how to use it. Please come to NCRT's webinar page. We have already covered this, how to use these particular softwares to develop audio. So you can always refer to the NCRT's resources on these tools so that you will be able to learn how to use it. So when we come here, we'll just come to the last part of the session on how to use this audio resources in your video resources in your classroom. There are 4 ways these tools can be used in your classroom. Number 1, we tell that as a supplement material. Your audio and video resources may be a supplement material. How we can make supplement? As we supplement is always like additional. Like when you have calcium deficiency, you will take additional supplement tablet of calcium. Similarly, whenever in your class you are teaching something today, you wanted it to have a extended learning. In the class you have just introduced today a topic like if you have taught about prime numbers, some interesting facts about prime numbers, how prime numbers are being applied in the real world, where all these prime numbers can be utilized, like this something as an extended content, not as part of your curricular content, but you wanted to enrich children or you wanted to enhance their understanding. So you make a video or audio on a particular content and give it as an additional content. So that is how you will use it as a supplementary resource. Second is the complementary resource. When we say complement, it is like when you buy a brew, they will give you a jar to put that brew. When you buy Boost, they will give a shaker so that you can put that Boost, pour milk and shake it. So it is always together, but it will support, enhance, right? So right now you can see I am using an image to explain the content. So this image which I am using is complementing what I am speaking here. So many times as teachers we use the videos and audios as complementary. So it can be used as complemented. When I am explaining something, in between I can play a video in my class so that the students watch to understand better what I am explaining. So that could be a complementary way of using the audio video resource. We can also use it as an integrated way of using audio video resource. So there are certain softwares which is basically the software which will allow you to put the audio content into it and then use it for Max Classroom. So for example, if you take all the animation tools which you create, your story is separate as Max, you put it inside to that and then you just prepare it. Okay, the animation content is prepared, but the software and the content are 2 different things. You can take out today the Max content and put another day another content, but the software looks it. So it is like you mix sugar and pepper. It will be mixed, but you can again segregate it. Okay, so integrated is like that. You can bring it together, but then you can still understand which is a software and which is a content. But the last one, which is infused level of using the resources, is where, like for example, GeoGebra as a software. When you create a video using GeoGebra as any subject specific tool, if you create it in that case, that video is going to be in an infused level. Why? You cannot segregate and show that this is software and this is content because they are mixed up. The tool is completely developed based on the mathematical concept and the tool is helping to explain the mathematical concept. You cannot segregate. So when you use such tools, when you prepare videos based on the subject specific tools, then that resource can be called as it has gone to the level of infusion inside it. So we can use our audio video resources in our classrooms when we teach mathematics at all levels, irrespective of what content we are teaching, we will be able to use this. So today we have tried understanding about what is audio video resource and how it will help us in a maths class, and what are the various formats of audio video resources, and also how we can use it in our classroom. So with this we will be able to understand that audio video is one of the resources that can strengthen your maths classroom.
Indeed, mathematics with a combination of audio visual medium. This is our motto for this entire week, that how we can come for mathematics with these audio and visual medium, and the way Jagan Mohan sir, the way Angel ma'am taught us, like how you can use those 13 different visual formats where you can make understand your children what exactly mathematics is all about. It's not a boring subject. You can actually enjoy this with a documentary, with that docudrama, and all these things explained by Angel ma'am. Ma'am, but here's a one question that I have for both of you, and I need a small answer, a crisp one. That the question is that one viewer of ours is asking that if I'm a teacher and I'm not a tech savvy, that I'm not very much into like these technical terms which you have taught us just now, so how can I develop those video and audio resources for the teaching and learning? That I want to ask.
We both who are sitting here, nobody is a techno savvy person. We both are maths teachers. We have started our journey into media thinking that when we realize that this particular thing will benefit my child, if I can make my teaching learning better with this. No, none of us were born as an artist, but when we did B.Ed, they taught us how to write chart, how to prepare a model. We did everything. Right? That time we didn't went and said to anybody, I am not an architect, I am not a person like this. Still we did working models, still we did a beautiful chart work, everything we did. Today also as a teacher, we have to come with the same kind of motivation. All maths teachers, all educational technology person like us right now has started our journey basically as a maths teachers. When we started, we only started using a simple step, child step. Just take a smaller step. Today don't think that you have to do something amazing tomorrow in the morning. Don't think today you listen, tomorrow you will do. Start learning. Only one thing first, try to understand. First is try to use the resource. Don't try to develop. First, when you try to use it, there are repositories available. You can find very good resources of audio video resources in Diksha platform. You can find audio video resources in the platform like PM Vidya, YouTube TV channels. So we have enough resources which are developed at the national level. What you can do is when you take such resources and use it in your classroom. You start just using, instead of chart, you start using. Instead of you showing a PowerPoint, you start using audio video resource. The first satisfaction you will get is there is a change coming in my classroom. And when you start using unintentionally also, you will be able to pick up all the features of audio video programs. So it will become part and parcel of you, and then start slowly developing a record. Today are we not recording videos? Everyone knows to record videos. There is no need for you to be a videographer or like a choreographer or anybody. You have not learned any cinematography, but still all your family functions, occasions, are we not recording videos? Some of us would be the best videographers and photographers than anybody else. So just start doing your recording like that with your mobile. Don't think of studio recording. Don't think of too much of format to start with. When you start, just record what you wanted to explain. Start with an explanation video. You will be first getting confident about it. Move on to find out, okay, I have been able to develop an explanation video. Let me know now, find out one more. Role play we do in our classroom. It is not new to all of us. We do role plays in our classroom. We have integrated role play. We have used group discussion as a methodology in our classroom. Only thing now we are converting into a technical format. That's all. So be encouraged, even if you don't know about the softwares, all the tools which we have, Dr. Jahan has introduced, like an Audacity or OpenShot video editor, these are very simple tools. Without having any great knowledge, you can slowly learn and do it. So with that, they'll be able to surely do.
Definitely, you can able to record yourself, and all you need to take care of your content, and you don't need to be a tech savvy, because ma'am and sir both the experts of are explain everything very beautifully and in a very like you can say in a very layman language. Okay, so now this is it for today, and this is our practice for day 2, where we have learned about that audio and video resources for the teaching and learning of mathematics. Indeed, it was an interesting session. It was an interesting online training program of day 2. But now what we have for you further on, the last session we have left for today, and that is Sahyog, which is coming to your way after this session, where we are going to cover the topic is inculcating scientific temperament. So all you need to just be with us here. You don't need to go anywhere. Stay tuned with us. This is Meeni Goswami signing off, and both of my experts are now taking a leave from here. All you need to take care yourself and be good, be connected with us only on NCRT official. Stay tuned here. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining us.